So this particular dish is very pungent in flavor. It is duck's blood. Duck's blood, okay.
This is stinky tofu.
Some people say it smells like dirty socks.
Oh no.
The name just says it all.
It's Jason, and we are here at Jason's table, shocked and surprised, sampling some stinky, pungent cuisines of Taiwan. Here's my guest, Nina. Welcome.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm
nice
Jason.
to meet you, Jason.
Nice to meet you. Jacob, nice to meet you. I'm Jason. Eli, nice to meet you. I'm Jason. Thanks for joining us today. Are there any particularly funky, pungent foods from Portugal that are unusual or surprising or shocking?
I would say snails is not that
Snails?
common. Yeah, we eat snails in Portugal.
And I think for a lot of people, snail type things, just because of the texture, it's a little bit shocking to people, or it's like, ooh, slimy and...
Honestly, the first time I tried it, I was actually, I'm not sure if I want to do this. I don't know how I feel about this, but I tried it and I was like, it's actually not too bad.
So Nina says, right, there are a lot of things that maybe look unusual, but when you actually eat it, the flavor's great. So
Yes.
I think we have one of those things today.
Very
Ding dong! Delivery. We are going to play a little game today. We're going to be tasting some different foods, and you have to tell me which of these two dishes has this ingredient in it. Do you have any idea what this is? Do you want to take a
Let me smell that for a second.
Don't eat it yet because it cannot be eaten in its raw state.
Honestly, I have no clue. It's probably something like perhaps mushrooms.
I thought it was some kind of like mushroom or fungus.
Okay,
or...
good guess. It's kind of strange, isn't it? Is this
Yeah.
something that you would buy and you would say, Mommy, I want to eat that?
No.
Probably not. Okay, this is in fact dried radish. And this is considered a very special ingredient in Taiwanese cuisine. This is aged, preserved radish. This can be a very, very expensive ingredient. Sometimes they call it black gold. So we have two dishes here. This is a little pungent. One of these dishes has this dried preserved radish as the main flavoring ingredient. I'm gonna have you try both, and then you're gonna have to tell me which one uses this ingredient. This particular food is pork ribs, and there's some kind of saucy goodness which may or may not contain our ingredient here.
It's right. That's delicious.
Good. To me, it has a nice, rich flavor to it. Very slight sweetness to it, but just a very savory punch.
We knew.
Are you maybe trying our secret ingredient? Is that what it is?
I don't think that's it.
What is it that you just ate? Do you know?
Is it bean? Some kind of bean?
Okay.
I'm not too sure.
All right, so we'll leave this one for now.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to item number 2.
All right, I'm excited.
Well, item number 2, surprise. You never know what's gonna be in one of these, right? But here we go, voila. So this is a soup. Soup is an integral part of Taiwanese culture, especially during certain times of the year to like nourish the body and
Yes.
the change of seasons.
That's delicious.
Delicious too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It reminds me of like this like, herbal type of soup that it's quite common in Taiwan actually. But I'm not sure if I've gotten it right.
This is like some kind of mushroom-based soup, by any chance?
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay. Well, can I make a guess now?
Okay, so after tasting this and after tasting that, which of these two dishes uses this preserved radish as its main flavoring ingredient?
Okay, so this one has a lot of flavor.
Okay.
From the sauce, right? But just by the fact that it's a soup, I would guess that it's this one.
I think it's this one.
All right.
I'm
Better
going
idea?
to take a wild guess and go with this one.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
think that our preserved radish, the cai bao, is in the ribs?
Yeah, because I feel like there's a very strong smell. Maybe
Okay.
that it could be a little bit sour, and this
Okay.
one has this like sweet, sour taste
Okay.
to it. I may be completely off, but yeah, that's
Okay. The cai bo, or the preserved radish, is used in the soup, not in the ribs. Is he correct? Yes! Yay! So Nina says that the cai bo is in the ribs, not the soup. Is she correct? So, Nina, the cai bo is in fact inside the soup.
Okay.
And let me just give you a brief overview. This dish is spare ribs steamed with black bean sauce. So you
black
are
beans.
correct. The little black items in here are the fermented black beans. And it is a little bit confusing as well because this has been preserved and slightly fermented as a result.
Yeah.
So it has a little bit of that earthy funk that you might associate with this. Okay, do you want to go fishing? Let's see.
Yeah, let's. I want to try one.
Aha.
Wait, that's the same thing?
So this is the
Okay,
radish.
it grew with water, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. So when it's dried, it's lost all of its moisture, but once it's in the soup, it rehydrates and turns into this. So here are the serving chopsticks.
Thank you very much.
Please taste test that.
Wait, so I can eat it whole
You
right
can
now.
eat it whole, yeah. Let's
Okay,
taste some and then share with people what it tastes like. Here it is.
It's kind of weird, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of weird.
That's the point, right?
It's like, honestly, the texture is like nothing I ever tasted before. It's very soft.
Yeah.
It doesn't really taste like a mushroom anymore.
Yeah.
The smell from here reminds me very much of like Polish cabbage dumplings
Oh, yeah.
and the dried fruit drink. But here, like after that, it's I don't know. It's honestly it doesn't remind me of anything.
Very interesting. It's transformed, but the flavor has gone into the soup. Very unique, interesting food. So
It is.
Taiwanese black gold, cai bo. So good job. We have two other foods. So let's bring on item number 2. We have our second item, stinky item to taste. And do you know what this is?
This is stinky tofu.
Oh no.
The name just says it all.
Why do people call it stinky tofu? Because
It smells
It smells, right? If you had to describe what other smells, some people say it smells like dirty socks. Some people say when you fry it, it gets stinkier. Some people say when you fry it, it gets tastier. So
It's not horrible either.
I think it's nice compared to the last time I had it.
还不错.
还不错. Okay, so that means not bad. What I'm getting, there's a bit of a crisp outside, and then as you're eating, it has a little bit of a slightly spongy texture. Stinky tofu is made from tofu that there's been stuff done to it, so the texture changes a little bit, but I think frying it gives a nice crisp coating. And the pickles here are meant to just kind of counterbalance, so
The pickles here are basically meant to just.
clean your palate.
I would just say more like.
Wash it
basically-
down?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. So,
Everything's here just to cover the taste. I mean, the garlic, the pickles.
it's definitely an acquired taste if you haven't had it before. But here is the question. Either A, do you make like a vegetable juice and then let it get stinky and that's what makes, and you put the tofu in and then that's how it gets stinky? Or is it B, you put the tofu in a jar for like a year and that's how it gets stinky? What do you think?
I think it's A.
I'm gonna go with in a container for over a year.
I think the only way you can achieve that kind of smell, that kind of level, you would probably have to leave it for like a year or so.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with answer that it's B, right? Let me-
Yep, leave it in the
Yeah,
container for a year.
I'm gonna go with B then.
And that's how stinky tofu gets stinky. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so is Eli correct? Yes, you are. You are actually incorrect. Is Nina correct?
Are you serious?
Oh dear. Stinky tofu gets its stink from the vegetable juice which is made. It is made from mustard greens, which is juiced and then set aside to age for 3 months. Get its bacterial brew going. That is the fermented stink that the tofu is put into to age for at least like 24, 48, 72 hours, and that's how stinky tofu gets its stink. But there's still another question, so let's.
Can I still get the prize if I?
We'll consider. We'll consider
Okay.
the circumstances. Okay, so on to our final treat. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Do you know what it is? So this particular dish is very pungent in flavor. This is called 五根长网. This one looks like,
Hair.
it looks like hair. Is it somebody's hair? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it my hair?
No.
No. Okay, so this is something called hair moss. So it's actually a vegetable, but
Really?
it's dried, but it looks like hair. And it's actually super expensive, really expensive. So for this cup, looks like what?
Tomato juice?
Tomato juice, but is it actually tomato juice? No, it doesn't come from a plant. It is duck's blood. Duck's blood, okay. All right, so one of these two ingredients is in here. So this is kind of a stew, kind of braised things. There's all sorts of goodies in there. This is traditionally served with rice and hot. And you can see there's a little bit of chili. There's a little bit of spice in there.
What
You
is
know what
that?
that is?
I was gonna think. I thought it was some kind of like skin, yeah, like chicken skin or something. But am I wrong?
If you go a little deeper, you go a little deeper.
Oh. Yeah, I
Something
don't.
from inside, okay?
Yeah, I actually don't usually eat the stuff
Oh,
from
stuff
inside.
from inside, okay. Try this kind of dark, kind of, let's see what that is. What's that taste like?
It's soft and chewy.
Soft and chewy. Is it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or like an eh? Oh, good. Okay, so tasty. Let's taste test.
Can I have a little more?
Yeah. Wait.
有一点辣.
So it's a little spicy.
Yeah.
Um,
Tiny bit spicy.
How would you describe them? There were like kind of pickled things in here.
The flavor? So it's kind of something like. I'll just say this has a little bit of like mala flavor in here.
Yeah.
Right? It does. And then the coriander also.
So
Pretty
there's
obvious.
the mala, which is Sichuan peppercorn, that aroma's in there. There's a little bit of sourness from vinegar, tanginess. It's kind of a pungent, full, strong flavor. There's chilies in there, there's cilantro, the coriander. Is this something you would eat?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
This is very good.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you the question. For the third challenge today, the black, dark colored item in this particular dish, is it made from A, the hair moss, 法菜? I mean, it does look like hair, right? Somebody,
It does look like hair.
or it's like
Now that
somebody
you say it.
Or is it made from this, B, the duck blood?
It is most certainly blood. I'm not sure if pig's blood or duck's blood, but like this is certainly blood, so I'll go with duck's blood.
You're sure?
确定.
Based on experience
Okay.
and not based on your little games. I'm gonna go with the duck blood.
I think it's the duck blood.
The duck blood is the ingredient that is in this stew. Is he correct? Are you correct? We'll see. 3, 2, 1. You are correct. Yes, you are. Yay! Yes!
Give me some.
Okay.
Yes.
You said this tasted fine, right? Flavor's good. This is in fact duck blood. And why does it look like? So why does it look like this? Well, the duck blood has been cooked and then it's set, so it's almost like a tofu texture. But it's one of the key ingredients in this particular dish, which is actually a stew made out of pork intestines with pickled mustard. It's called 五根肠旺. And why does this dish have the name 五根肠旺? It's because it takes a long time to stew, and 五根 meaning a long period of time, 肠子 meaning intestines, and 旺 meaning that the flame they have to cook it for, cook with it to make this cooks for a long time. So you actually ate this, and this was duck blood.
Taste is fine.
The taste is fine, right? So folks, sometimes things that look a little strange might not be familiar to you, but the taste is actually quite delicious. So. 2 for 3. Does that mean you get a reward, or yeah? I think we'll give you the reward.
What's the reward? Is it like
So reward,
tofu?
reward. Something delicious to eat. Little pastries.
Okay, thank you very much.
We will see you again for another episode of Jason's Table, Shocked and Surprised. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wait a moment, someone is missing.
Nina, you did sort of redeem yourself, so
Yeah.
I guess you're gonna have to take a little bit of punishment, but
Really?
yeah, it might be something you might be maybe a little bit familiar with.
What is this?
Okay, this is something delicious, otherwise known as gongsak.
Oh.
Bitter, yeah.
Bitter tea.
The bitter tea is a very traditional drink here in Taiwan. It is used to cool heat inside the system. It is a mix of different herbs and different dried. All right, cheers.
Cheers. What am I choosing with? Okay.
What's delicious?
Ooh.
In memory of